Hey there, Tiddly Peeps. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Nintendo Switch announcement that came out 2 days ago. I watched it yesterday, and I'm just going to, give you guys some of my thoughts about it, and tell you guys what happened and what I think about it, or what is stuff that happened. Anyways, so the whole thing was presented by Yoshiaki Koizumi. I had to look up who that was, honestly. But it says it's Shigeru Miyamoto Jr. He's pretty much his protege, I guess. It's kind of weird not having it presented by Taro Iwata, RIP. But the Switch, overall, I think I'm gonna get it. Some of the stuff just kind of like a lot of the stuff that happened in the presentation just kind of had me going, what? Huh? But overall, I think it's a good system. Starting off, it's going to be released March 3rd, 2017. It's a couple days from my birthday, and it's a pretty good birthday present. If I can manage to get one anyway. But, they announced the controller. So for the Switch, there's gonna be like two little things, like curved things, called the Joy-Cons. They're like that. They're kind of like a square thing like that. Kind of look like that, with a little joystick and buttons. And they slide into the gamepad for the Switch, so you could take it on the go. But you could play it on like a TV if you slide the tablet part of the system into the dock, which shows up on the TV. You could also play two-player if you just take out the Joy-Cons, and you could give one Joy-Con to yourself and another to a friend. It's kind of weird because it's that big. Like, how do you need baby hands to play this thing? I don't know how it's gonna. That's how it looks to me anyway. I don't know how it's gonna work like that, but. They also comes with like a little controller that you could put both Joy-Cons in, so you could play while you're playing on a TV. So like an actual controller, because everyone's been complaining that Nintendo's been too gimmicky and they don't really have a real controller. Even though the Pro Controller was a real controller, but it's like right out of the box. So that's kind of nice. Link: The Breath of the Wild is coming out. That looks beautiful. It was originally supposed to come out on the Wii U, but you know how that went. Real good graphics. But that's pretty good. But along with before they revealed the Breath of the Wild and everything, they had a couple weird things. Like with the Joy-Cons, they had it so, for whatever reason, they showed that if you shake it, it can sound like ice in a jar. Great job, Nintendo. I'm buying it. I'm buying 5 of them. 5 of them. Just for that. I don't really know what the point of that is. It's like an HD rumble effect. I don't know. But another thing they had was this game called 1-2 Switch, where it's pretty much WarioWare, if you ever played that. I guess that's kind of what it is. But you use the Joy-Cons, and then you could pretend to do like a cowboy gunfight and a whole bunch of other weird thing, like sword fighting too. I don't know, it's weird. And then they also had this game called ARMS, where like it's a fighting game with like on the screen you're a character with like springs for arms, and it's like a fighting game. You use the Joy-Cons as like boxing gloves, kind of. I guess that's kind of neat, and you could like turn it like that, so you could curve punches and jump and all that. And personally, I don't think I'm gonna get it, but if that's your thing, looks kind of interesting. Splatoon 2 is coming out. I'm pretty excited for that. I don't really online game as much as I used to, but I did a little bit with the first Splatoon, and let me say that's a good game. I really liked it. So, Splatoon 2 was pretty good. it looks pretty good, you know, but they announced it so weird. Like, they had some guy, I don't know who it even was, but he's like, oh yeah, I'm coming from the Squid Lab, because Splatoons are with, you know, you're a squid, you're a kid, you're a squid now, and if you saw that commercial for the first Splatoon. But anyway, like, he's like, oh yeah, I work in the Squid Labs, and we can use all these different guns, and use all this other different stuff, and he made a 2 with his body, like, what, like this, or something like that, I don't even know what the heck that was about. That would, like, some of that stuff was just like, what are you doing? But, you know, that was pretty cool. And they also announced, a couple after that, they announced, like, other third-party developers. Because everyone's been complaining that Nintendo, oh, they don't got third-party developers, that's how they're gonna, you know, go out of business or not have a console anymore, or whatever you want to do. Call it, whatever. So, they got Bethesda with Skyrim. Everyone's been saying, I don't want Skyrim on the Switch, I've already played Skyrim. But it's good for people like me, and I guess only me, because I'm like the only person that's ever played Skyrim, and I've been wanting to. So when I get it on the Switch, it's going to be nice. Plus you can take it on the go, Skyrim on the go. That's kind of cool. But another thing about the Switch is it only has 3 to 6 hour battery life, so but, you know, depending on the game, that is. So, it's going to be interesting how that goes. But you could, like, charge it, you know. I think it's got a basic, I don't remember what kind of connection it has, but it's, like, it's a pretty common port. Like, electronical port. You probably have one of them. I don't remember exactly which one it was, though. But, so, you know, they had EA. I don't know how that's going to go, because if you know anything about EA, they're not very good at customer satisfaction and everything. So they said they're bringing, like, you know, FIFA and Madden over, which is good for me because one of my favorite franchises, the NHL franchise, is made by EA, and one of the only reasons I'm buying, like, a Xbox or a PS4 or anything like that is mostly just because of NHL, as they don't have it on the Nintendo systems. So if they have that, that'll be kind of nice for me, so I don't have to buy, like, another Xbox, whatever the heck, their Project Scorpio, I guess they're gonna call it, but, you know, that'll be nice. They also had a couple other, they had Square Enix come out with some RPG that looked cool. It was like 2.5D, it's in development, looked kind of cool. They had Atlas coming out with some stuff. I've never played anything by Atlas, but if you have, you should, I guess, check out what they're doing. And they had one indie developer guy coming out with some character named Travis. I never heard of him or his game, but he was super psyched about it, so I guess that'll be great. After that, they announced, like, some of the bigger titles coming out for Nintendo, like Super Mario Odyssey. This game is gonna be interesting. It looks like the graphics were just really good. I was really impressed by it. It looks like Mario, but in the real world. Like, they saw, it was pretty much, you know, Mario was doing some, you know, Mario parkouring off, like, buildings. It was like the hub world was in, like, a New York City kind of thing, and you have to bounce around to different worlds through portals, I guess. The hat had eyes, so I'm guessing it's a character now. Why is the hat a character? That doesn't make any sense to me. But you could bounce off your hat, you could throw your hat. That's kind of cool mechanics. So I'm gonna pick that up for sure. That's coming, but a lot of the stuff that I'm mentioning is coming out. Oh, Mario Odyssey's coming out, I think, in the holiday. Splatoon was coming out in the summer. And then there's a couple of other stuff that was happening too. But another game that's coming out is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I heard the first game was really good. I didn't play it because it's on the original Wii. It's kind of expensive, and I just didn't pick it up on the 3DS when they released it. But Xenoblade Chronicles 2 looks pretty good. I can't really tell much about that game because I never really played it. But anyways, they had a new Fire Emblem game coming out. So that's pretty good if you like that series. I might check that out eventually, that series. But anyway, They had, Reggie and Miyamoto came up with an appearance at the Nintendo store in New York. They were like, "Oh, hey Reggie, can you tell me about this release date?" And they're like, "No." Can you tell? And then they went back to Japan. Can you tell me this release date? No. So it's just a whole lot of garbage back and forth there during that time. Also, another thing, the translator. Oh my god. He was so bad, you guys. He was constantly messing up. It's just like, that guy's fired. Like, wow. I know it's kind of hard to translate. I'm speaking a second language myself. I know it's hard. But, if they're, doing, a nationally, or not nationally, worldwide thing, it's a big reveal, you think you should probably brush up on your Japanese, guy. But, anyway, anything else? Oh, also, they said they were releasing, a Mario, or not a Mario, but a Switch, demo kiosk, in 6 cities around the world. I don't remember exactly when they were going to do that, but in a couple weeks, I think they said. So, you could play Switch at, retailers or something. But only 6 of them in 6 select cities. So, that'll be cool. I'm thinking I'm going to buy the Switch. Tell me what you guys think. I think it's going to be a step in the right direction for Nintendo. This could, with the little things, these Joy-Cons, they could easily go into, virtual reality, which would be kind of cool. They dabbled in virtual reality before with the Virtual Boy. That flopped really bad. But, they might have, they have a slight experience with it. So maybe they could go into that, because that's kind of the direction in gaming is right now. But that's not really Nintendo style, though. But, I think it's going to be a good system. I'm definitely going to buy it, near launch, anyways, for my birthday. But, tell me what you guys think about the Switch. I think I'm going to get it. Maybe you guys have some insight on Nintendo and why it's going to work or not work. So, just tell me in the comments below. So, anyway, be sure to be commenting, liking, subscribing, all the ings. Nuke that like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.